Good evening, and welcome to this year's 2014 Community Service Awards. I'm Douglas Hairston, the director of Front Porch Alliance, and I'm honored to be a co-host this evening. And tonight I have the pleasure of sharing this role with Lindy Lane, and she's a National Urban Fellow who's working with the Front Porch Alliance this year. Lindy?
Thank you, Douglas. It's my pleasure to be here this evening with you folks to honor some of this city's quiet heroes. Here with a special welcome, we have the Indiana Historical Society's Vice President of Education and Exhibits, Mrs. Kyle McCoy.
Good evening, everybody, and on behalf of the entire Indiana Historical Society staff, I would like to welcome you to the Eugene and Marilyn Glick Indiana History Center. Because we are a History Center, I got to give just a little bit of history, so bear with me for just a minute. IHS formed when Indiana was barely a state. We were only 14 years old when a group of committed citizens volunteered their time to save Indiana history for future generations. And so we really understand how important volunteering is to the community. The way I look at it is if the volunteers didn't start back then, I wouldn't have a job now. So thank you all for volunteering. Leadership does come in many styles and forms. The civic leadership each one of you demonstrates in your personal lives is very critical to this city. I think it's commendable that the city recognizes the contributions of community volunteers and take the time to publicly acknowledge your work. Congratulations to all of the recipients. Thank you all very much for showing up tonight, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you. Thanks, Mayor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kyle. And now we have a special welcome on behalf of J.P. Morgan Chase, one of this evening's sponsors. Please help me welcome Jim McDonald from J.P. Morgan Chase. Jim?
Well, thank you very much. I'll keep this brief because I know you really want to hear from the award winners, but I'll simply say, if I have my facts right, this award has been given out for 7 years to acknowledge the great contributions of volunteers in the community. But I believe this is the first time we've actually had a for-profit corporate sponsor, so it's a tremendous honor for our bank to be the first one to have that opportunity to support this. So congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McDonald. Here to introduce the mayor is Olgin Williams, Deputy Mayor of Neighborhoods. Under the leadership of Deputy Mayor Olgin Williams, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhoods provides valuable resources, services, and opportunities to our residents that improve their quality of life.
Thank you, Lindy. And truly, I'd like to say good evening, everyone. And good evening. Good evening. Hello. Are you out there? All right. We got to give honor to our Savior, Lord Jesus Christ, for allowing me to be here and having such a great job. And thank you, Douglas. And Lindy, I told Lindy if she messed up, she's going back to California after this week. You know, I've been picking at her all week, all day. But we're glad to have her. I have an easy task. Most of you know, if not all of you don't know him, the great mayor of this city of Indianapolis. Lots of things I could say about Mayor Ballard. One, he gave me an opportunity to be deputy mayor of neighborhoods and work with Faith-Based Initiative and all the departments across the board. I could say that about him. I could also say that we have built and repaired more bridges than any mayor in his administration, done more curb sidewalks, infrastructure than any mayor, have one of the strongest reentry programs for returning ex-offenders than any mayor. I can say lots about that. We have chartered more schools than any mayor since he's been in office. You know, he allowed more economic development for minority women and businesses than more in any mayor in 24 years. So I could say that about him, but I won't. And what I do would introduce you to the this great man, I think, and he allowed me to work for him. People sometimes he said, why are you working for him? I said, no one asked me to work for him but him. So since he asked, I took the job. So I'm always privileged and honored. I love his leadership style. I love what he's done for the city in making this a better place for all people. And to bring him this time, the mayor of this great city, Mayor Gregory A. Ballard.
Thanks, Oljan. He's done an amazing job in the city of Indianapolis, and I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I must comment on the KP Singh fan club here in the front row. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. All right? Do you give them special tickets or what?
They came to hear you.
Oh, yeah, right. All right. I want to thank, really, a lot of people to thank. Obviously, the History Center is a big part of this and for hosting this every year. Chase, so great to have them here this year. Thank you for that. Financial Planning Association, President Roundtable, and a lot of people who nominated these award winners this year. It is a cut. I mean, there are a lot of people nominated, and not everybody makes the cut. And so these are great people out here who've been doing a job for a long time. It is a special city that we live in. I think many of you have heard me say that many, many times before. It's kind of funny. I was, this afternoon, I was having lunch at Pittsboro Elementary School with the fifth graders. Some of you may know that I rent myself out for charity functions for lunch or whatever, and to raise a little money for a particular charity. And in this case, it was Indy Reads, and the couple that bid on me, usually it's for dinner or lunch or something like that, instead of wanting me to go out, to downtown lunch or something, they wanted me to go talk to their son's class out in Pittsboro. So that's what I did this afternoon, all right? And fifth graders are great. It's a perfect age, right? They're on top of a lot of things, but not very cynical at that age. Yeah, but they're on top of a lot of things. And they get a lot of great questions from that age group, but one that I always get from that age group is, what's the best part about being the mayor? And I say it very candidly, and I've said it for years, that I get to see things that other people don't get to see. I see people doing good work on behalf of others. I see organizations doing things that nobody knows about. And it's heartwarming to see that in the city, clearly, because it happens every day in the city. It won't be on the TV, it won't be on the newspapers, but it happens every day. And one of those kids today actually took it to another level. He said, "Can you give me an example?" Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. No one's ever asked that one before. But I actually gave them I did give them an example. And Oljan knows her really well, Cora Timadine, who used to give out, unbeknownst to anybody, used to have the kids in her neighborhood, difficult neighborhood, bring her their report card every grading period and show it to them. And if it was good, they got a little bit of money. And she did that for like 20 to 25 years, and no one ever knew it. But she made sure those kids got good grades and that they advanced in schooling, and the history of those kids is pretty strong. No one ever knew that story. But I know that story because I see it, because I'm out and about so much, and I see the good work that people do. And that is the kind of city that we live in. And it's just a great place to be. And every year we recognize another great group of people who similarly continue to give back without wanting anything in return, but we like to do this anyway. And we want to do this, and we will do this every year. So there is a little bit of a tangible reward besides the certificate. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I always throw in a couple Colts tickets, okay? So Pastor, you may have to adjust your church schedule. I don't know. But it's for the Cincinnati Bengals game. So you all have 2 tickets in there, and it's a nice place to watch the game, and you get a little spoiled in there, but that's okay. You deserve all of it. So I want to thank all the family members, all the people who support them in their endeavors to help everybody else. And this is always a special day in the city. It's a tremendous day to come and do this and recognize the good work that largely goes unsung in this city. but we know what's happening, and we want it to continue because they do such a good job. So thank all of you for coming out tonight. Looking forward to the hearing their accomplishments. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Ballard. Without further ado, we're pleased to present the inspiring recipients of the 2014 Mayor's Community Service Awards. Our first recipient is Steve Adams, nominated by Mark Buckingham. Steve Adams is a full-time firefighter with the Indianapolis Fire Department, so he knows what it means to live a life of service every day. But that's not enough for Steve. He spends his off days helping communities in need and nonprofits like the Near West Side and Hearts and Hands. Steve's passion and dedication really shone through when he went above and beyond the work of any other non-board member volunteer, investing more than 950 hours volunteering his time and skills on the rehab of a previously abandoned home. Because of Steve's dedication, Hearts and Hands was able to complete the rehab, and a family of 4 now have a safe and warm house to call home. Let's give Mr. Steve Adams a big round of applause for his hard work and dedication. Our next recipient is Marcia Hoffbauer, nominated by Andrea Arbor. When it comes to making a difference in our community using the volunteer resources of time and talent, look no further than Marcia Hoffbauer, a woman with energy, drive, determination, and passion. After retiring from a long career at DAG Agro Sciences, Marcia quickly found a new outlet for her talents and joined the Assistants League of Indianapolis in September 2009. She's brought leadership and guidance to an organization that for 30 years have provided much-needed services in the Indianapolis area. In less than 5 full years, Marcia has amassed 3,459 volunteer hours. And when the organization struggled to find a new leader, Marcia agreed to take on the role as president. Her organizational skills and personal warmth have made her a standout in that position. Marcia has mentored many, an inspiration to everyone in the organization, and is truly a model volunteer for going above and beyond to help strengthen our community. Please help me give Ms. Marcia Hoffbauer a round of applause.
You'll have to turn those around so the camera can see them. It's delightful. Our next recipient is Reverend James Jackson, who has led as pastor of Fervent Prayer Church for over 19 years. Over the years, he has been vocal and diligent in working to try to solve some of the same problems on the Far East Side as well as around the city. Recognizing the urgent need to engage young people, he helped start the Youth Jobs Initiative, Clean for Green. Pastor Jackson also serves as the president of the Far East Side Action Center, which serves in the community as such areas as crime prevention and community improvement. He was appointed by Mayor Ballard to serve as the Police Merit Board, which establishes rules and regulations for IMPD. And he was also asked to serve on the Your Life Matters Task Force created by Mayor Ballard to help combat black-on-black crime in the city of Indianapolis. Pastor Jackson is honored to serve in the city of Indianapolis through his faith, time, and resources, and has an understanding of the long-term commitment that is necessary to see a true progress. Let's show our appreciation to Pastor James Jackson. Our next recipient is Cindy Maud, nominated by Ann Birkenmeyer. Cindy Maud has an impressive list of fundraising events and organizations that she devotes her time and skills to. Among them are the Indianapolis White River Zoo, Art for Heart, and the Tom Hathaway Running Event, the Perry Township Education Foundation Golf Outing, and the St. Patrick's Day Run Walk. Cindy is also active at St. Roche Catholic Church, where she helps with the annual Mayfest and serves as various committees and boards. Cindy also uses her knowledge as a master gardener to give back. She created the meditation garden on the grounds of the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry. She has coordinated landscaping projects for Meridian Woods Park, where she previously held the position of board of directors. She is a volunteer and Master Gardener at the Master Gardener Conference, and Cindy also contributes monthly to a column of gardening tips for the Meridian Woods Park newsletter. Cindy also volunteers there as the publisher and editor. Please help me celebrate Cindy Maud. Cindy?
Our next recipient is Janet McCaslin, nominated by Mary Cato. Janet McCaslin is a humble, dedicated, and outstanding volunteer in the Indianapolis community. When Janet assumed the role of chair of the President's Roundtable, she made sure that the focus remained on their mission of bringing together leaders from diverse women's civic, social, and service organizations throughout Indianapolis and central Indiana. Presently, Janet volunteers and holds important leadership roles at the International School of Indiana, where her children attend. Janet is also an active volunteer at the Children's Museum Guild and the Junior League. Additionally, Janet is a 2009 graduate of the FBI Citizens Academy. Before becoming a mother, Janet dedicated over 200 hours monthly to volunteer activities in the Indianapolis community. Even with the happy demands of 2 grade school-age children, she still finds the time to devote 50 to 60 hours a month to volunteer activities. Janet feels a quote from Dr. Seuss the Lorax best exemplifies her commitment to volunteering. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Let us show our appreciation to Ms. Janet McCaslin for her dedication. Our next recipient is Fred and Karina McDowell, nominated by Karen Bruner-Straub. For over 11 years, Fred and Karina McDowell have been committed to providing holiday meals for folks who are in the hospital and away from home during this special time. They believe that everyone needs to have holiday memories. Driven by this passion, the McDowells have inspired hundreds of hospital staff and volunteers from area businesses and churches to join their family and church congregation, the Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church in Indianapolis, in presenting these bountiful holiday dinners that serve approximately 800 to 1,000 people. To date, the McDowells' efforts have provided holiday meals and memories for nearly 30,000 people at the Ronald McDonald House at Riley Hospital. Additionally, the McDowells open up their community garden to elementary students, so each class gets a personally guided tour through the process of growing healthy food. This couple has made a huge impact in the lives of so many. Help me give a warm welcome to Fred and Karina McDowell.
Kanwal Prakash Singh, lovingly known as KP. He was nominated by Rupal Thanwala. Since his arrival in Indiana 46 years ago, KP has emphasized the importance of learning about other cultures and faiths so that we can better understand and better become neighbors as well as good citizens. KP has greatly contributed to the international landscape, vision, and spirit of Indianapolis as well as Indiana through his sense of history, artwork, culture, literacy, journalism, and civic engagement. In 1972, KP joined a group of enlightened citizens as co-founder of the International Center of Indianapolis. The ICI showcases the talents of distinct cultural groups making Indianapolis their home and honors outstanding citizens that symbolize and promote Indiana's international outreach. KP's business, KP Singh Designs, reflects his passion and advocacy for preservation of Indiana's historical and architectural treasures through his ink drawings. He also writes about cultural diversity, interfaith issues, and community events for numerous online and print publications. KP is truly a citizen of the world, and we're proud to call KP one of our neighbors here in Indianapolis. Let's show our appreciation for Mr. Kanwal Prakash Singh, KP Singh. Mr. Tom Strum, nominated by Paula Briner. Tom Strum is a Scoutmaster and has been volunteering with the Boy Scouts in this capacity for over 50 years. Tom is a role model extraordinaire and takes pride in the many young men he has mentored while promoting the love of scouting. He is passionate about helping youth seek and attain goals that will enhance their lives and help them develop skills through the practice of scouting tenets, such as teamwork and civic involvement. By teaching and leading, always by example, he encourages them to do their best and to practice living the Scout law. As a result, many of the young men under his guidance have attained the honor of the prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. Today, we honor Mr. Tom Sturm. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Commander James E. Waters, nominated by Helen Jackson. One of the East District's finest is Commander James Waters, who frequently goes above and beyond the call of duty. Recently, he identified the need to educate young people on how the juvenile justice system works. Therefore, he developed an idea for an educational tool that would do just that. Targeted towards young people, but educational for all, Commander Waters developed a computer game aimed at teaching teens about the juvenile justice system, their rights and obligations, and how to interact with officers respectfully. Commander Waters garnered financial support from local business owners to make his vision a reality. When one of the business owners was asked why they donated to Commander Waters' project, he stated that he has a lot of respect for the commander and he can see the vision that he has for the district. He doesn't just work for a paycheck, but he wants to make a difference in kids' lives. Commander Waters, for all your hard work and service to the community, our next recipient is Andrea Weiner, nominated by Glenn Blackwood. There's no way to accurately measure the amount of time and effort Andrea Weiner has devoted to making the Fletcher Place neighborhood a better place to live. Within a few months of becoming active in the community, she prepared and submitted a KIB ILP Green Space Project grant application, and when the grant was awarded, she chaired and organized a neighborhood steering committee to manage the grant and coordinate projects to improve and beautify neglected areas of the community. If that weren't enough, she also coordinated neighborhood cleanups from start to finish. For community yard sales, she went door to door to more than 500 homes with flyers. Andrea has inspired both established and new residents in the neighborhood to carry the torch of community activism, and the projects that she organized and participated in will leave a lasting impression for those who choose to visit and live in the Fletcher Place neighborhood for years to come. Let's give Ms. Andrea Weiner a big round of applause.
Ms. Sabrina Young, nominated by Donna Forbes. It's impossible to list all the organizations and individuals that received a gift of unconditional giving and caring from Sabrina Young. Sabrina Young was a nurse for many years at St. Francis Hospital, where she also shared these gifts. But there came a point when Sabrina and her husband felt it was time for her to answer the call as a community servant. Sabrina easily gives more than 50 hours a month to a variety of organizations and individuals. As a volunteer for the National Guard, she helps raise funds for scholarships for the Indiana National Guard Relief Fund. She is currently forming a nonprofit that will assist with emergency needs for the Guard members. Additionally, she is currently working with St. Francis Hospital to help with fundraising for a new hospice house. Although she lives in Indy's South Side, she does not lend her volunteer service to just one area of the city. She is all over town. Sabrina is a woman on a mission and to help the city become a wonderful place to live and work. For your kind generosity and hard work, we present this award to you, Ms. Sabrina Young. Mayor Ballard, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Well, isn't that fun? And I'm always thrilled when somebody pretty young gets one of these. And congratulations on that, because to get this award at that age is remarkable. Not that it's okay. The older crowd is good too, but it's an amazing compilation of what goes on in the city, and it all works together. And people see the need, they feel it, and it works for the city of Indianapolis. So I want to thank you for coming out and supporting them, because nobody gets anywhere alone, and it takes a team to get anything done. I certainly know that after my years on this earth. So thank you for doing this. All of you, congratulations. And I want to see you at the Bengals game, okay? No one else. I want to see you guys at the Bengals game, okay? But I appreciate very much everything that you've done. Thanks a lot. Take care. Thank you.
We definitely want to thank you all for coming out and joining us. We'd also like to take time to thank J.P. Morgan Chase for being so generous to help us with this event as well. So you're all welcome to join us at the top of the stairs for some brief refreshments. We also would ask our award recipients to stay put for just a moment. We're going to take a few pictures. You're welcome to take some pictures as well. We'll have a group picture that we'll be able to take. And you'll also find that this ceremony will be broadcast on Channel 16 in the next week or so. Our public access channel is recording this, and they do that each year for us, and we thank them as well. Channel 16 will stream this online, and you'll find that link at indy.gov. We're not a business, are we? Indy.gov/front porch, and we'll post that link as soon as possible, possibly by the end of next week. Well, for Mayor Ballard, all of his staff, and for the city of Indianapolis, we thank you as recipients, and we thank you for taking the time to honor their good work. Thank you, and have a great night.